I've been a Fortnite controller player for 7 years, and this is how it all started. We go to Season X, where I was just a dumb 14-year-old kid enjoying his time on the game. For the time, I actually wasn't that bad, but honestly, I was just trying to be a Chronic Shaw fanboy. So I spent all my time in creative with friends and was just trying to get better at the game. And at this time, I've heard about competitive, but I didn't really care to get into it. So all my time was just used in pubs with the occasional arena sprinkled in. And I was obviously just in creative, just playing the game with friends, having fun. My free builds and mechs are incredibly primitive now, but back then they were pretty decent. And this was all of me playing on my PS4 with just a regular PS4 controller. So no PC, claw, or paddles, just pure console gaming. This is also the official start of when I started this YouTube channel. And it wasn't really even called Dalty Walty, but Watch for Dalton, which is still my console name to this day. And all I was doing was just playing the game 24/7. This all kept up until mid-chapter 2 season 1, where I was finally able to get a PC after bugging my parents for months. This allowed me to almost double my skill almost immediately. And usually when people get PCs, they always try to get on keyboard and mouse, but for me, I was always comfortable playing on my controller. And since aim assist was so broken back then, it was a superior input. My mechs and free builds instantly got better on PC, but still with no paddles or claw, I was still just a stiff controller player and was still behind majority of the players. This season, I kept playing what I wanted with no real motivation to get better. And my main goal was to have fun with my friends, but this goal would soon change as we go into Chapter 2, Season 2. In Chapter 2, Season 2, I was now getting the mindset of I want to get better at this game. And this season, I started playing a little bit more in-game, with mostly arena and pubs. And all I did this season was use alts to pub stomp Open League Arena. And this not only got me used to playing in-game, but also improving my confidence and mechanics in a real game scenario. But on my main, I was still so bad that I couldn't get out of Champion League. So I still had a long way to go. But with this new mindset, I was always looking for people better than me. So I was also using Discord a lot to find people that would play me in zone wars, box fights, and everything in between. And with meeting these new friends, they would be the reason that I'm as good as I am today. Chapter 2 Season 3 is where I really started to get rolling, because this is the season where I switched to paddles. And as you can see the improvement immediately. Combined with this being one of my most played seasons and me starting to play a lot more tournaments, this season is probably the one I improved in the most. Paddles allowed me to shoot and jump at the same time, allowing me way more freedom with my movement. In this season, I had my first top 100 placement in a tournament, which was in a hype night. And this really kickstarted my love for competing in Fortnite. With more tournaments coming up and my skill increasing, I was ready to show my skill in some Fortnite tournaments. Chapter 2 Season 4 was my most played season by far. This season, I was playing non-stop arena, zone wars, and realistics. And this was the first real season I had a consistent friend group and all we did was play 24/7. And due to the world still being on lockdown, I was still gaining a good amount of arena points. I was also still playing tournaments and fully mastering my paddles as well. With all of that, I started doing decent in some tournaments, hovering around the top 1,000 to top 250 region. Still a ways off from earning, but we were starting to see some improvement in tournament gameplay. At this point, you can start to see my mechanics starting to shine. I was hitting some good piece control, good peaks, and was able to start predicting my opponent. These skills allowed me to do well in tournaments, and I was able to keep up mechanically with some pros at the time. And these skills will not only just improve, but get better as time goes on. Just look at some of these clips. I think some of them even hold up today. There's a lot of similarity in Season 5 because I was still getting better mechanically and still able to dominate some players in tournaments, but I still wasn't able to place in that top spot to get those earnings. I was lacking in knowledge, so I wasn't able to consistently make late game, so in these later seasons, this will be a main focus. But aside from that, we're still getting better controller and still improving. But due to me not really learning from the game, my placements really didn't change. So at the end of the season, I made sure to lock in and start practicing more. And this would end up being one of my best decisions because I learned so much the next season. In Chapter 2 Season 6 is where I really started to become smarter. All I did this season was play solo arena, but not only playing it, but looking back at my mistakes and learning from them. Although I still wasn't that smart in endgame, these little fixes in my solo fighting helped me tremendously and got me exponentially better. This allowed my solo placement to become way better, allowing me to get my best solo placement to date. Doing this allowed me to become more confident in fighting and become way more consistent in my edits, peaks, and everything in between. In Chapter 2 Season 7 is where I kind of started to drop off a little bit. I was still pretty good for the time, but my placements didn't really reflect that, dropping down into the top 2000s when I was placing in the top 500. But this still wasn't enough to stop me since I wanted to compete so incredibly badly. And if you don't believe I wasn't that good, just look at this endgame clutch. This shows I had what it takes to make earnings. That was my first of many clutches in Fortnite, and although this season wasn't the best for me, what I had coming in future seasons was insane. Chapter 2 Season 8 was by far my best season yet. I was the closest to earning ever, twice, placing 59th in a solo cash cup or top 25 earned, and a 45th in a trio cash cup or 23rd earned. So getting top 2000 in last season to just single points away from earning made me incredibly excited for the new chapter of Fortnite, and my breakthrough would happen even sooner than anyone would have thought. And in these clips you could tell I'm playing the best I ever had, and this gave me so much confidence going to the next season. And Chapter 3 is really where we start getting rolling, because I made my first earnings getting 15th in the streamable finals, securing a guaranteed $2,500 and a trip to LA. Yes, you heard right, I was flown out by Twitch to play in the Twitch Rivals event in Los Angeles. I was selected to play with Ghost Aiden and Jarvis Landry, and although we really didn't do the best, it was still a really cool event and I would love to go back. But qualifying for the event was even cooler. Just look at this clutch.
Alright, nice. If it pulls back, it'll be chilling. Just stack it for a second. Nice. Alright, you're gonna be able to drop some, okay? Just keep using the mats. Stay on your layer. Stay on your layer. Stay on a good layer. Stay on a good layer. You don't have to full drop. All right there. Stay on that. Stay on that. Keep it behind you. Don't cheap start, please. Alright, just stagger now. Yeah. Nice, you got across the hill. Just chill. That's height. Height's conditioning. I think you're playing for height. Alright, now you're gonna have to drop and look for a drop down kill. Yep. Nice. Perfect, bro. Playing super good. 150 mats only. Get in and then box you.
I also made a solo cash cup finals this season, and since I was playing so well, I was ready to keep grinding for these next couple seasons and start doing better in more tournaments. In Chapter 3 Season 2, I was grinding so incredibly hard, making sure I kept the momentum from last season, and I was getting crazy mechanically, and all I was doing was playing Zone Wars and Arena. I was fighting incredibly well, but that didn't translate into any money earned. And all that really happened this season was me making a solo finals again, but I didn't earn. And this is how I qualified.
I think that's cool.
At this point in time, I was a really good fighter, but my endgame has been lagging way behind. But in Chapter 3, Season 3, and Season 4, I really wanted to fix that. So I started getting involved with more scrim discords, such as KNG scrims and ladders, and I was just playing way more scrims in general. Although I was doing all this, I still qualified for a solo cash cup finals, but I still didn't do well.
go, man. Let's go. Got that shit. Let's go. Oh, that was the fucking craziest game, bro. Oh God, it was. Nice, man, nice.
At these times, I was still moving crazy, and I was just trying to be the best player I could be. And at 16, I was in the prime of my Fortnite skill, but I still wasn't placing. And I think that was due to the lack of VODing and having a good duo throughout the majority of my Fortnite career. I never really had a good duo or trio at the time because I usually just played with friends, and they weren't even really the best players, but I had fun with them, so I didn't really mind it. This probably held me back in ways I couldn't imagine at the time, and it was really starting to become a little demotivating. So I had to make sure I fix this in the next few seasons or else I'll never earn again. So come chapter 4, I was really trying to fix my duo problem. So I started dueling with Pilot. Yes, that Pilot. And I threw my chance away because I sold him so hard, so unbelievably hard. So I went back to playing with friends, so my elite cups were basically just gone. And I was just in a bad spot with Fortnite. But with victory cups being added back, my chances to earn again went way up. And I took that chance by storm, finally earning again after almost a year.
Let's fucking go, baby! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
Victory cups used to be so hype, man. But earning again after that long was so revitalizing. It made me want to grind even harder than before because I wanted to take a new step. A step into a grand finals lobby. But that would have to wait a couple more seasons. Okay, we're gonna go off topic for a little story, but this still involves progression, trust me. But in chapter 4 season 4, I was in my first semester at college and was kind of just playing competitive Fort for fun again. And I realized I should probably start getting into content and editing my own videos. So I started doing that a little bit. But also on the side, I was doing a little bit of coaching sessions. And I happened to run into a tier 1 pro trolling me.
We're gonna be trying to get somebody, troll him a little bit as my boy I Have Crazy Piece 3, and we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah, so I ran into Polarized trolling me. But you know, I had to troll him back.
I made a bad at it, bro.
32, bro, come on.
I made a bad at it.
Bro, you're terrible at it, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Don't fuck with the teacher, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Don't fuck with the teacher, bro.
I'm fucking trolling.
I'm fucking trolling, bro.
Did you sit on? Alright, 3-3.
Don't fuck with the teacher, bro.
And then right after this, I ended up hitting one of the craziest clips on him.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You might have to quit again after that shit.
This little 1v1 revived my incredibly dead channel and gave me hope for two things. Being able to reach higher heights in comp due to me matching skill levels with one of the best players in the world, and 2, being able to become a content creator like I've always had the dream of. And so in chapter 5, we really start the real grind. So in chapter 5 season 1, we're probably now at the peak of my skill in mechanics and brains. And to start off the season right, I went to DreamHack Atlanta and I picked up this kid named Skater, and we ended up doing incredibly well in the opens of the tournament, but in finals we did even better. We secured a 7th place and gained $700 in earnings, and this was my best finals placement ever. We ended up outplaying some really good players there, and if you think these placements stop here, you're mistaken, because they only get better. Later this season, me and Skater ended up qualifying to our first FNCS heats, and we genuinely had a chance to make grands. So after the weeks, we ended up making lower bracket, and after lower bracket day 1, we ended up qualifying to upper bracket day 2, which we ended up dudding, but we still had one more chance in lower bracket day 3. And in this tournament, we ended up needing top 15 to qualify for our first grand finals, and we ended up doing this. So we actually ended up qualifying the grand finals, and I finally fulfilled my goal to make a grand finals. We ended up doing actually decent for our first grands, getting 33rd while conned by tier 1 pros, who will be relevant soon. But aside from that, this is the first season where I was incredibly happy with how I was playing, and my YouTube was also doing incredibly well. And I really thought it was only up from here, and I really have to stop saying that. Although I did earn a couple of times next season, my chance at grand finals ended up being griefed by the 2 players you just seen throw that all spawn. Batman Booga and KBM Rapid ended up stream sniping us in week 2 when we needed to qualify, griefing our game so we didn't qual. And if you're saying, why not get them banned? We tried, but it didn't work, so we went next. Aside from that, we were still playing really well together and getting better. And again, my YouTube was doing pretty well, so I was pretty happy either way. And Nitro season is next. Yeah, let's just skip that. But now for the current season. Since it's a buffer season, I'm really not grinding too much. But I have already made earnings this season, and I've also made a dual cash code finals. Those videos will be made, but so just chill. And surprisingly, I've been shitting the bed in solos recently. So I'm gonna have to fix that later, but for now, we're good. Aside from that, I'm feeling pretty good on controller. But as you guys know, controller may not be the wave anymore, and it might be time to hop on a different input. But that's a story for another day. So when that day comes, I'll be ready to see you guys there. And I had a lot of fun reminiscing while making this video, and I also want to thank you guys for 10,000 subscribers. It genuinely means the world to me, and I cannot wait to hit way more milestones with you guys. Like, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you're new, make sure to become one of those people by subscribing. But there is one more 10,000 special coming out soon, so make sure to watch out for that. But genuinely, guys, thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later.
Give me the kill. Give me it. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.